lot today. Here we go. I have got my notes with me though, you don't need to know that anyway, so it's fine. Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. Today's video is all about the hormonal birth control. I have had such an amazing response in the last 24 hours on my Instagram poll, on my Facebook poll, and I thought it was very, very important to start off with my experience first on the pill. Now, I am actually going to do a series type video on my YouTube with regards to the pill because there is so much information, there's so much stuff that is just so eye-opening and so shocking, and probably a lot of girls don't actually realise that. The side effects from the pill is just literally endless. So when I went on the pill years ago, if I knew the side effects of the pill like completely and what it does inside and outside of your body, I would have chosen not to go on the pill at all. Now, obviously people go on the pill for birth control, people go on the pill for other reasons such as acne, period pains, general like PMS symptoms. Now obviously just a bit of science, your egg is only available for sort of 24 hours and the sperm can only live up to 5-6 days. So if you were to track your cycle, and if I was told when I was 15, 16 that if you track your menstrual cycle, you will realise and you will see that there is only about 5 or 6 days within the months or within the menstrual cycle that you can get pregnant. The other days, you won't get pregnant. I have also been reading a book over the last couple of days. It's called Beyond the Pill. And although there is so much information in that book that obviously I want to share with you as well and educate myself on, I just want to kind of put that in there. So if you have any like further info that you might want about the pill, coming off the pill, then I would just absolutely right now recommend that book. You can download it on Audible, which I've done. You can obviously buy it to read. I just don't really get on with reading. I prefer listening to stuff. And yeah, I would definitely recommend that. So I'm going to start with point one. It's not really questions, sort of why am I just blabbing? Why am I just blabbing? Why did I go on the pill? So I went on the pill because they originally thought I was anemic, and obviously by losing blood, it's really not helpful. It turns out I actually wasn't anemic in the end. I had pretty bad skin when I was sort of growing up. Not massively bad skin. I honestly do feel for people that have like really bad acne, and I really feel for you. I suffered with a lot of headaches as well. Sort of came quite frequent headaches as well. And at the time I was dancing. I was at stage school, I was performing, dancing, main thing. And quite frankly, I was just sick of it. And at the time I did become sexually active. I was with my first boyfriend. Part of the reason was, yeah, I was sort of wanting to protect myself from getting pregnant. Obviously, if I'd have known now what I'd have known then, what I'd have known now, then I wouldn't have gone on the pill. So was it really for birth control? It wasn't directly for birth control. My reasons for going on the pill was purely for the other symptoms that I had. How long was I on the pill for? I was on the pill since about 15 or 16. I actually was quite late getting my periods. I didn't get my period till about 15. I'm pretty sure it wasn't 16, I'm pretty sure. Because I was with my boyfriend when I was 15. And I've definitely got it before. So yeah, I was 15 when I got my period, so I was quite late. I was a late one. And which hormonal birth control have I used? So there's two different birth controls. There's a combined birth control which has a balance of estrogen and progestin, not progesterone. Progestin is a synthetic hormone in the birth control. And then you have the progestin or progesterone only pill which just has progestin. All synthetic hormones, which I will explain in later videos and maybe a little bit today. Synthetic hormones are not your friend. So I've been on 3. I started off on Micronor, which was a combined pill. I then moved to Overnet, which again is a combined pill. And then I moved to the progesterone only pill, which is desogestrel, or other known as Cerazette. I personally cannot remember being on Micronor and Overnet. There was obviously a reason why I switched from one to the other. Whether it was my skin getting bad, I honestly, other than within the last year, my skin's improved, but I can't remember a time when my skin's been like clear. There was a little bit where my skin cleared up on the pill, and I can't for the life of me remember which one it was, but my skin cleared up because it does help your skin, but it can also worsen your skin. Every girl is different. That's also what I want to say. Every single girl, woman, has different symptoms, whether you're on the pill or whether they come off the pill. Everybody is different. I must have been getting headaches still, and I think the reason why I moved from the combined pill to the progesterone only pill is because, again, I was at uni, I was dancing quite a lot, and quite frankly I was like, I don't want to get periods anymore. I'm bored of it. So I was just getting sick and tired. I was going to the gym all the time, and I was just like, you know what, I just don't want a period. So they did move me onto the progesterone only pill, because you take the tablet every single day. You don't have a break between packs, and some girls on the progesterone only pill do get bleeding and spotting. Some girls don't. I was actually the lucky one, I didn't get bleeding. So I was on progesterone only pill since 2017, and I came off it about 3 weeks ago. My thoughts on the progesterone only pill, only because I can really remember the progesterone only pill. An advantage is that I didn't get periods. I must have spotted about twice in total, and obviously with that you don't know if you're pregnant because you're not bleeding. You're not having, you know, your break. And can I also just emphasize that people assume that it's your period when you come off the pill, but it's actually withdrawal bleed, because if you think about it, you are putting all these synthetic hormones into your body, so your brain is almost shutting down the connection between your brain and your ovaries, because that's the whole point of the pill, is to shut down the communication from a scientific point of view. And coming off the pack is actually a withdrawal bleed. It's not specifically your period, and I think there's, again, quite a lot of misconception. You also have to take the pill the exact time every single day. So if you start taking it at 9 o'clock in the morning, and on the weekend you usually wake up at 11 o'clock, you have to set an alarm for 9 o'clock. Now, I never did that, and that's probably why I ended up spotting 2 or 3 times. It wasn't major, it wasn't actually anything to worry about, but within the last couple of months, being on lockdown, I've been lying in quite a lot, and I've had some spotting over the last couple of months as well. Skin. So my skin, it's just been all over the place, as I said. I just don't know if it was the pill directly, even if all my symptoms, could it have just been general, like, puberty, obviously growing up. I didn't get my period till late. I don't know, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know, like, who I am. It sounds really stupid, but it's almost like the pill has masked my emotions and who I am. And I've just been like this, just flat. And I just don't know, like, I've had highs, I've had lows, like everybody, but is that because of the pill? Highly likely, yes, it is because of the pill. I've had a couple of yeast infections within the last couple of years as well. I say last couple, probably one of my other pills, I can't remember completely. But the pill in general, I've had yeast infections, I've had thrush. Hyperpigmentation is quite a big one for me. So this whole thing about your skin, we all have melanin in our skin, and it determines how dark we get. Well, it was a couple of years ago on holiday, I was getting really, really, really tanned, and I ended up going really patchy, only on my legs. It was so bizarre. And my massage therapist at the time, she said, well, the birth control tricks you into thinking you're pregnant, so it's like a fungal infection, but it wasn't like anything I could cure. It was really weird. And I've never had that since. I've never, like, my tan has just been completely even, or touch wood anyway, since then. And it was just that time that I was on the pill. But yeah, I had some weird hyperpigmentation and patchy skin at one point. My mood, so when it comes to anxiety, a lot of girls do become anxious, and they get diagnosed with depression. In fact, 23% of women are diagnosed with depression, and let's remember that a lot of people don't get diagnosed, so that statistic and that percentage is probably a lot higher than it says it is. Have I been depressed? I wouldn't say I've been depressed. I think a lot of people throw that word out there quite a lot. I've had my low moments, don't get me wrong, and anxiety's been absolutely through the roof recently, almost as if I'm like borderline bipolar. Like, people have, my boyfriend and that has said to me, like, you just come across so bipolar, and that could be because of the pill. Okay, my sex drive, again, I have highs and lows. I haven't been majorly like horny, like, yes, I'm so horny, like my sex drive's huge. I would say, again, it's just like that flat, it's just a flat, like, I can't remember, I just don't know. And it's that brain fog as well. I've got a lot of brain fog, and my memory's just all over the gaff. But again, it's just symptoms that you think to yourself, I don't know who I really am. And I do believe that the pill has been masking up my true self all along. So why I chose to come off the pill, it's actually been a really natural and steady progression. Now, I have decided to go pretty much completely natural in pretty much everything apart from food completely, because food is just like, food's just life, and I struggle to go completely, I would never go vegan, personally. I get why people do it, I get it on like a psychological level and putting like dead meat in your, I get that, and this video isn't about that, but it was at a time when I realised how chemicals that I'm putting on and in my body through food is just really, it really affects you. It affects your organs, that the whole detoxification in your system, even the environment, like pollution, stuff like that. It's affecting us in the insides. I started looking at natural shampoos, conditioners. I don't wear makeup anymore. I don't wear any form of makeup. I just don't. Also because I want to clear my skin up, and it's working quite well actually. Coconut oil I use like all the time. Again, natural products I've switched to. So it was almost a progression. And do you know what? I haven't actually popped a pill, I'm talking about pill, as in like ibuprofen, paracetamol, in months. I can't even remember. I am all about the natural life and helping things naturally. I've got a bit of hay fever now. I don't do anything for it. I don't take Piriton. I don't do anything. Everything natural. Because at the end of the day, your bodies are very, very good at healing themselves. And why take all these medications? Why take all these medications when you don't even know what's in them? Okay, I'm gonna get way too deep into that, and I don't want to. But I was already going natural. I decided, you know what? There's one thing that I'm taking every day, and it's a pill form. It's my pill. Why am I putting this in my body? It's got to be affecting me in some way or another. So I just woke up one day, 2.5 weeks ago. Luckily I was at the end of my pack, but even if not, I'd have stopped anyway. And I thought, I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not taking the pill anymore. I want to take control of my body and just know like how to heal myself naturally. More reasons why I came off the pill. That was a very long one. So the only advantage left that I had being on the pill was the fact that I wasn't getting periods. But I just thought it was about time. Do you know what, Shannon? Just suck it up. You're a woman. Just deal with it. So here I am. I haven't had a period yet, but we'll see. Before I came off the pill, I started tracking my mood to try and establish some kind of cycle. But I realised how hard that was being because, again, the pill's just masking my actual emotions. So how do I know how accurate it is? I mean, yeah, I've never really known when my actual cycle should be. Depressed and tetchy, again, depressed is just thrown about, I don't know why I wrote that down, but very tetchy at little things. Very, very tetchy and emotional, the slightest of things. Panic attacks started. So this whole anxiety thing that happens when girls are on the pill, I noticed my first panic attack, and at the time I didn't actually know what it was. If you've never had a panic attack before and then you have a panic attack, you freak the hell out. And my first panic attack was just before lockdown. I want to say it was like the Monday before we actually got put in lockdown on the Friday. And I was in Tesco, let's tell you a little story. I was in Tesco, I was getting medication for my parents, and it was almost like a wave of just feeling so overwhelmed. And everyone was wearing masks. I say everyone. People were wearing masks, people were wearing gloves. It was at a time when I couldn't get the stuff that I needed in the shop for my parents, for me. I felt like such a failure. And I just came across like lightheaded. I wasn't in my own body. Everything was just going weird. My hearing was going. I felt like I was going to pass out. And I just went back to my car and I thought, I didn't feel well. At the time I thought, oh my God, maybe I've got coronavirus. I just didn't know what was going on. I came home, I just sat here. As I was like researching into it, I thought, that what I've just had is a panic attack. Oh, it's just even like speaking about it now, like my heart's racing. That was the first time I ever encountered a panic attack. Since then, I've had about 2 to 3 mini panic attacks since then. And that was about 2 weeks ago, actually. No, sorry, a bit before, about a month ago it was. I was watching 1917, and I've watched that at the cinema before, and I was watching it with my boyfriend, and again, I just kept, unless it was just me getting so into it and almost like feeling so like with them and it was happening, and again, I just came over really lightheaded. I had to lie down. I was like, I don't feel well. I really don't feel well. And then the rest of that day, I kept coming over like really lightheaded. A bit panicky, because at the time, like, your heart is racing and you just feel like my temperature wasn't up at all. But it honestly, panic attacks are just the weirdest thing. Again, that sort of triggered me. I was like, why am I getting panic attacks out of the blue? My food's pretty on point. I'm not eating anything that I'm not used to. The only thing I was taking was the pill, and I was like, I'm still exercising. I just don't know what was causing it. And that was a trigger. I said, you know what, I'm gonna call it quit. I'm gonna get off this pill pretty much straight away. So I did. So that is pretty much a whole overview of my personal experience. So I have been off the pill now for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I haven't noticed any major difference yet. It's almost like I'm really expecting my skin to break out again. Like just really tatchiness and moodiness. And that coming off the pill, some people do get what's called post-birth control syndrome. And I will go into this a little bit more on my later videos, but I just kind of want to touch on it very, very briefly. Again, post-birth control can range from sort of like, some people get symptoms, some people don't really have any symptoms, some people will never get their periods back, some people will. It's just crazy. But I do want to talk about the fact that the pill is seen as a simple solution. So doctors are prescribing pills for women and young women nowadays just to kind of help your surface level symptoms. And whilst it can, what's actually happening underneath the surface is actually it's really scary. The pill is something that masks your root cause issue. So this is a problem. Later down the line, it can have a massive rebound effect. You know, you might feel better for a bit, the symptoms might come back, and at the end of the day, your symptoms are the body's way of telling you that something needs addressing on a deeper level, and not just, you know, use a hormonal band-aid to fix it. So some of the symptoms of the pill, I'm going to list them all here. So hormonal confusion, irregular periods or missing periods, light or heavy periods, shorter cycles, infertility, headaches, digestive problems, which I would actually say I've had digestive problems. Digestive problems, when you're on synthetic hormones, and the pill, it can alter your gut microbiome, which, let's remember, your body's connected. So one system, your digestive system, your endocrine system, it's all linked. So if one's a little bit not quite there, it's going to affect the rest, okay? IBS, energy reduction, skin problems, hair loss, dry skin, depression, low libido, chronic infections, vitamin and mineral depletion, and antioxidant depletion. They're mainly girls that are on the pill, they have a deficiency in folate, B12 and magnesium. And again, in later videos, I will discuss in further sort of vitamins and minerals to, you know, be taking. Leaky gut, fatigue, adrenal and thyroid disruptions, anxiety, pain with sex, and then the pill can increase risk of diabetes, heart attacks, blood clots, stroke, autoimmune disease, breast cancer, cervical cancer, liver cancer. It destroys the gut, as I said, and Crohn's disease has a 300% risk. I'm not doing this video to scare you, you know, I'm not doing that to scare you, but it's just kind of knowing again what you're putting into your body on a daily basis. I would always want to try and help people and help myself get to the root cause of their problems. Now, I'm actually doing my PT qualification, I just want to throw this in there, and I am actually doing an extra course which is pre and postnatal sort of training as well, so I can then train pregnant women, post-pregnant women. And part of what I want to do is I want to like help girls, especially coming off the pill. I've had such a huge, overwhelming response within the last 24 hours, as I said. And I just want to help people, like, if, you know, whether you're on the pill or coming off the pill, I want to help people like within that transition and understand their bodies better. So I'm doing my own research. I'm not a qualified doctor. I don't claim to be a qualified doctor. But let's remember, doctors nowadays, they have so much going on. I'm going to be honest, they don't always want to help you completely and address the root cause of symptoms. It's all very well, Western medicine nowadays, oh yeah, take this pill, take this medication, take this, take that. it's doing more harm than good. I've seen it with my own family, how sort of unwell they get, and the amount of medication that my parents take on a daily basis. It is so scary, but I find it really, really hard, and like you can tell how passionate I am about it, and how like I'm not telling people, do you know what, go completely natural, don't eat this, don't put that on your body, do this, do this. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying like I'd rather just spread the information and get the information out there so people can make their own mind up, but also take control of their own bodies like I have done. So not only am I on this journey as well, doing it myself and documenting my experience, I am really trying to help other people as well. So I'm going to leave that video right here because I do want to do this one in 2 parts. So if you have any questions based on my actual personal experience, then obviously let me know. But I will continue to keep documenting my journey on this. I'll probably do updates like every month or couple of months as to, you know, what I'm feeling coming off the pill and my journey. And I just want to thank you so much because I'm just so grateful to be able to like share this information and put it on YouTube for girls, for you girls. So let's take control back of our bodies, and yeah, I will see you in the next video.